2007, somewhere in the world, a single person sat alone in front of a screen, typing lines of code that would accidentally create $1 trillion revolution. Bitcoin wasn't a product. It was a protest, a silent rebellion written in code. The world around him was collapsing. The housing market was cracking like thin ice. Banks were drowning in their own toxic debts. Millions were losing their homes, and nobody was taking responsibility. Bitcoin wasn't meant to exist. No startup pitch, no fancy launch, just a quiet rebellion born from anger at a financial system that had betrayed everyone it was supposed to protect. His name was Satoshi Nakamoto. At least, that's the name he chose. But unlike every tech founder you've heard of, Satoshi didn't pitch investors. He didn't raise a single dollar. He never showed his face. He never asked for fame. He built in the shadows like a ghost rewriting the rules of money. While banks collapsed, while governments panicked, while ordinary people lined up outside locked doors desperate for cash, Satoshi kept typing. Quiet, focused, determined to build a system that couldn't be corrupted, couldn't be controlled, and couldn't be bailed out. This is the true story of how a mysterious programmer accidentally created digital gold. 2008, the global economy is in freefall. Bear Stearns collapses. Lehman Brothers implodes. Federal Reserve steps in and uses taxpayer money to rescue the same banks that caused the disaster. Families were losing their homes, while CEOs walked away with millions in golden parachutes. The system was broken. Everyone could see it, especially Satoshi, somewhere in the world. Behind an anonymous username, Satoshi Nakamoto watched the meltdown unfold. He was furious. He wasn't trying to start a company. He was trying to start a revolution. Satoshi asked a question almost everyone else ignored. Why do we trust banks so blindly? Every digital payment is just a bank updating numbers in a database. We trust them not to cheat. We trust them not to lie. But 2008 showed that trust was an illusion, and digital money had always failed because digital files can be copied endlessly. Every digital currency before Bitcoin collapsed for this exact reason, until Satoshi stepped in. October 31st, 2008, a small group of cryptographers receives an email from someone they've never heard of. I've been working on a new electronic cash system. It was the Bitcoin white paper. Most people ignored it, but Satoshi had solved the impossible. Instead of one bank keeping the ledger, thousands of computers would share the exact same copy. A digital fortress built for math. To power the system, Satoshi designed mining. Computers around the world would race to solve puzzles. The winner earned new Bitcoins. No CEO, no headquarters, no permission needed. January 2009, the first block of Bitcoin is mined, the Genesis block. Hidden inside it is a message. Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. It was a warning. 9 days later, the first Bitcoin transaction takes place. 10 Bitcoins go to Hal Finney. A year later, 10,000 Bitcoins buy two pizzas. Those same Bitcoins would one day be worth hundreds of millions. And then he disappeared. No press conference, no goodbye. Just one final message. I've moved on to other things. He left behind 1 million Bitcoins. He never spent a single one. From fractions of a cent to $69,000, Bitcoin became a global financial revolution. Satoshi wanted to end the banks, but now the banks are racing to buy his invention. So what happens now? Did the revolution fail? Or is this checkmate? Subscribe for more hidden stories about money, power, and the people they don't want you to know.